Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is Wyln News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. Wyln News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on Wyln News. I'm Ryan Prosick. A man wanted in connection to a homicide investigation in West Hazleton has been apprehended in Hartford, Connecticut. According to police, Giovanni Morales Jr. was wanted in connection with the death of Jonathan Hernandez in West Hazleton on June 26, 2020. Morales was apprehended in Hartford on Monday after state police say he committed a bank robbery. Morales has been charged with criminal homicide, robbery, and theft by unlawful taking. Wilkes-Barre police are investigating the death of a juvenile on Monday. According to police, officers were dispatched to the area of Midland Court for an incident involving several juveniles, including an injured juvenile victim. Police say the injured juvenile was immediately treated with life-saving measures that proved unsuccessful. The incident is being investigated by the Wilkes-Barre Detective Division, the Luzerne County District Attorney's Office, and the Pennsylvania State Police FSU unit. Police say that witnesses and a juvenile suspect were taken to police headquarters for further investigation. A juvenile suspect was also arrested and detained pending court action. An inmate who escaped from prison is now facing additional charges. Danilo Cavalcante was serving a life sentence for murdering his ex-girlfriend when he escaped from Chester County Prison in late August. According to Attorney General Michelle Henry, Cavalcante is now facing additional charges relating to his actions during the 2 weeks he was on the run. Investigators say in that time, Cavalcante stole items to aid his time on the run, including a getaway vehicle, a rifle with ammunition, and items to help modify his appearance. Cavalcante has been charged with 20 additional offenses, including felony counts of theft, burglary, criminal trespassing, and possession of a firearm. Cavalcante will be arraigned on the new charges on Friday. Hazel Township Fire and Rescue were dispatched early this morning to the intersection of the Can-Do Expressway and North Park Drive for a report of a motor vehicle accident. It is unknown if anyone was injured in the crash. A press conference and group photo was held Tuesday morning for the upcoming American Cancer Society Telethon at the Pennsylvania Theater of Performing Arts. At the event, the major sponsors for the telethon were announced, including Miracle Commercial Real Estate Services. We spoke with Miracle Vice President of Marketing, Jim Cummings, about why the organization chose to sponsor the event.
We've been a sponsor now for many years. Certainly, we've all been touched by cancer, all of our families have, so we know the importance of this event and the need to raise money. I personally, years ago, worked for the American Cancer Society for the Lackawanna County unit, so I know really all about the mission of the organization and all the good work that it does. But as far as Miracle goes, we've been a major investor in real estate in the greater Hazleton area for many, many years now. We have plans to do many more buildings, and we feel it's important to support the communities that support us, and so we do that through our financial contributions and in-kind services, and no better organization to support than the American Cancer Society.
Cummings also told us about his personal favorite part of sponsoring the telethon.
Well, personally, I like coming down and presenting our check at the telethon. It's great to see all the volunteers. There's tremendous excitement in the room. And you could tell that everyone has their heart and soul behind this event and raising money for the American Cancer Society. So we're just really glad to be a part of it.
The telethon will take place on Saturday, November 18th from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. at the Pennsylvania Theater of Performing Arts. It will also be broadcast live on Wyln TV 35. Hazleton City Police say a driver led officers on a chase with 2 children in the vehicle on Saturday. According to police, the car was first spotted in the area of Oak Street and Fulton Court. Through further investigation, it was discovered that the driver had 2 outstanding warrants, according to Hazleton City Police. Officers said they saw the driver, Juan de la Rosa Batista, drive down a one-way street the wrong way. Police say they tried to pull de la Rosa Batista over, but he fled the scene, leading police on a chase. De la Rosa Batista was eventually stopped in the area of West 13th Street and Alter Street and taken into custody. The 2 children that were in the car at the time of the chase were released to a family member at City Hall. De la Rosa Batista has been charged with endangering the welfare of a child, fleeing police, and multiple traffic violations. He is now behind bars of the Luzerne County Correctional Facility on $50,000 bail. Gavin Allen of Girardville is locked up after an investigation by members of the Attorney General's office led them to believe that he was selling drugs from his Reed Street home. According to court documents, Allen was taken into custody on November 8th after a search warrant was executed at his home, with officials finding several items in his bedroom that were suspected to be controlled substances. The items found included 87.5 grams of methamphetamine, 3.5 grams of cocaine, 1 gram of fentanyl, and 87.5 grams of marijuana. Allen was questioned at the Girardville police station, where he admitted that he was selling methamphetamine from the home and using the other drugs that had been seized in the warrant. Allen has been charged with 1 count of felony possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, and 4 counts of misdemeanor possession of a controlled substance. He is currently behind bars of the School County Prison on $75,000 straight cash bail. His preliminary hearing is scheduled for November 22nd. Coming up on WYLN News, the American Cancer Society Telethon is this Saturday, plus some hunting safety reminders. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Ezra. I'm 5 years old. It's partly cloudy out here and a little cold.
Weather Kids is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
It's time for Winterfest at the Bloomsburg Fair. Enjoy holiday fun the Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving, November 24th and 25th from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. Shop over 200 craft vendors, including local wineries and distilleries, that will be inside 4 fair buildings. Fill your belly with some delicious goodies from a variety of food vendors as you listen to live music. Take a horse-drawn ride around the fairgrounds. Get photos with me, Santa. There's something for everyone, plus free admission and parking. Details on the Bloomsburg Fair Facebook page.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Welcome back to WYLN News. The American Cancer Society Telethon in Hazleton is celebrating its 45th anniversary this year. We check in with Telethon co-chairs Jane Daugherty and Clemmy Yamona to learn more about the history of this event in our area.
Hello, I'm Jane Daugherty, co-chair of the 45th Annual American Cancer Society Telethon, coming up very soon. And I'm happy to have with me Clemmy Yamona, the other co-chair of the Telethon. And Clemmy has been with the Telethon for all of its 45 years. And I'd like Clemmy to tell you a little bit about how the Telethon got started and the history. Clemmy?
We met with Joe Gans, Joe and Irene, at which time we decided that they would be there with us. And as a result, we needed a locale. We went to Bill Giannetti, and Bill availed a place for us because he would have little fundraisers on his own many times for the Cancer Society. So Bill availed it, and he also said he would avail, he had a few phones throughout the place. Well, it was amazing. The day was selected was Memorial Day, 1979. And The first $1,000 came from Henry Leona Kreisel, and of course, with great drama, with the parachute, and it was Don Kellner brought the first $1,000 down to the American Cancer Society, donated by Henry and Leona Kreisel. So the dance pursued, and people came in droves. They had to close the doors because they couldn't admit any more.
To donate to the telethon and the American Cancer Society, you could call 570-459-1212. The Pennsylvania Game Commission is reminding hunters to stay safe if they choose to go out and hunt. If you are hunting on state game lands, you are required to wear at least 250 square inches of fluorescent orange between your head, chest, and back between November 15th and December 15th. This also includes Sundays. The exception to the rule is if you are engaged in lawful hunting or trapping that does not require you to wear orange. It is also encouraged to suit up your pets if they are out hunting with you as well. Pennsylvania Project First Line will soon be offering a training series for frontline health workers. The series is intended for those working in long-term care facilities, but will be open to all frontline healthcare workers. The sessions will be held online and are completely free of charge. The sessions will begin on November 16th from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. The topic of the first conversation will be infection control training. The sessions will be recurring on the third Thursday of every month with a different topic. You can find out more at the link below. Coming up on Berwick's News Choice, we recap the rest of the NFL slate and UFC 295 on Let's Talk Sports, plus Firefighter Spotlight with Chief Donald Leschko. So stay right here because we'll be right back on WYLN TV.
Chris Kindlefest and Holiday Concert featuring the Hazleton Philharmonic Symphony Orchestra directed by Robert Lagana will be held Saturday, December 2nd at Christ Lutheran Church, Church and Green Streets in Hazleton, with beautiful crafts for sale, a tricky tray auction, and make sure you check out their Tannenbaum Tea Room, where you can enjoy tea, scones, and other treats. Experience the full light and sound display featuring the Nativity message, and St. Nicholas will make an appearance. The concert starts at 4 and there's no admission fee. Check out Chris Kindlefest at the Christ Lutheran Church.
Lehigh Valley Tupper Cancer Institute brings the next level of cancer care to the greater Hazleton region. The new cancer center on the campus of Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton is now open and offers an advanced radiation therapy program, an expanded infusion suite with private treatment rooms, and the latest telemedicine technologies. The Cancer Center at LVH Hazleton, offering world-class cancer care closer to home. To learn more, visit lvhn.org/Hazleton Cancer Center.
Get ready to spice up your meals with the return of Chef Lou's legendary cookbook, backed by popular demand and now available for pre-order. Packed with mouth-watering recipes that will turn any meal into a gourmet feast. Secure your copy today for just $20 plus shipping. Pre-ordering is a piece of cake. Just email csamicwyln@gmail.com or call 570-455-4251. All orders must be in by November 22nd, so tie on your apron, pre-order Chef Lou's cookbook, and let the magic begin in your kitchen.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Hey everybody, this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, Jennifer Parks is going to share her story that even with herniated discs and a vertebrae that has slipped out of place, chiropractic has prevented back surgeries and she's having a beautiful life.
Welcome back to a Tuesday edition of Let's Talk Sports. I know we got NFL action to talk about and some UFC, but we're going to start with UFC, mostly because I want to spend a decent bit of time on the Monday night game last night because, wow, that's all I got to say anyway. But the main card for UFC 295 saw all 5 main card fights end in knockout. We had Diego Lopez defeat Pat Sabatini by first round KO. We had Benoit Saint-Denis defeat Matt Frivola by first round KO. Jessica Andrade defeating Mackenzie Dern. That was incredible. She had 4 knockdowns in the fight. She knocked her out. Tom Aspinall for the interim heavyweight belt defeated Sergey Pavlovich first round KO. Tom Aspinall came off the couch and he did it. He won a world title, and it'd be crazy to see him versus John Jones or Ngannou, but Ngannou's never going to come back, and that's mute. And John Jones, I don't think is going to take that fight. Tom Aspinall is one of the more dangerous heavyweights in recent memory in the UFC. And we also had Alex Pereira defeat Yuri, and second round knockout is Prohaska. He got rocked, and there's not much more to say about that. He said he was knocked out. They thought it might have been an early stoppage, but he said it was not. He took it with all class. So shout out to Prohaska for that one. And Alex is now another double champ in the UFC. So that's incredible stuff. But we got NFL football to get into. The 4 o'clock slate. We had Arizona defeat Atlanta 25-23. I mean, come on, Arthur Smith. I know they don't want to cut ties with him. That report came out that he's going to be the head coach in 2024. What are you doing? I mean, honestly, Bijan Robinson's got enough carries, but it's just, he doesn't put this team in a place to win against, not even semi-decent team. Arizona, Kyler Murray is back, but Arizona's just lower level, and they snuck by and got the victory. But Kyler Murray played really well in his first game back. We also have Detroit at the Chargers, and this one lived up to the hype of the absolute race it was going to be. 41-38 for Detroit. Everyone got involved. Jahmyr Gibbs was getting carries from the 1. How about that? And then David Montgomery was housing 75-yard touchdown runs. It's kind of like their roles reversed a little bit, if you're asking me. And then Amon-Ra St. Brown, of course, he showed up as always. And on the other side, Austin Eckler and Keenan Allen, the usual suspects came to play for the Chargers. But no defense in this game. But the Lions got it done, and they're one of the top contenders in the NFC. We also saw Dallas beat the New York Giants 49-17, which I don't have to say much about that because the Giants probably should be looking at draft boards, especially their fans. They should be looking at mock drafts at this point in the season because it's over. I'm sorry. Just not going to get it done. And Dallas, they kept throwing the ball. They were up a ton, and they just kept throwing and throwing and throwing, and they wanted to put a hurting on the Giants, and they did. We also had Washington at Seattle. Seattle squeezed out with a 29-26 victory on a last-second field goal, as well as Detroit. Like I said yesterday, 5 teams with game-winning field goals, and they tacked on another one last night. But we'll get to that, like I said. Obviously, Geno Smith had a nice final drive, and he proved to the haters that he still got it, and Sam Howell looks to be the franchise quarterback for the Commanders. We also have the New York Jets at the Las Vegas Raiders, and the Raiders squeezed that one out because the Jets could not get in the end zone. And then when they did, they got holding calls back on them twice, and Zach Wilson almost got in, and it was an ugly night for the Jets, but the Raiders squeezed out a victory. New head coach Antonio Pierce, now they're 2-0 under him, and I have to get into it. Denver at Buffalo. Who saw Denver squeaking out of Buffalo with a win? Buffalo now falls to 500. They are in danger of missing the playoffs. They have an absolutely brutal stretch coming up, including the Eagles and Cowboys, and it's not looking too hot for them, and I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, they fired their offensive coordinator, Ken Dorsey, and, it makes you think, what did he do wrong? Did he drop the ball in Josh Allen and James Cook's hands in that handoff exchange? Did he tip the ball off of Gabe Davis's hands? I don't know what to say. I mean, honestly, if they didn't have 12 men on the field in that last play, would he still have the coaching job if they would have won? I don't know. I think Sean McDermott might be on the hot seat sooner than later. I think he should have been. The variance hasn't gone their way like it has the Steelers. I'll bring that one up one more time. But it's just one of those things where I feel like they made the wrong choice. They ran Brian Dable kind of out of town. I mean, he had a head coaching job offer, but there's no incentive to stay. We've seen Ben Johnson stay with teams like Detroit and whatnot, and it doesn't rub me the right way what's going on in Buffalo, and it makes me think a lot higher of the Chiefs, because who's going to take the Kansas City Chiefs down? Is it going to be Buffalo? Because I don't think they're going to make it. Miami, they lost already to the Chiefs. Is it going to be Cincinnati? Cincinnati's struggling a little bit too. I don't even want to throw Houston out there, but I kind of want to. I mean, it's not going to happen, but a man can dream, right? You know, it's rough, but the Denver Broncos come out of there with a win, and it's just, I don't know what to say about Buffalo's season thus far. Josh Allen, he does make those mistakes, but it shouldn't be the offensive coordinator's fault that he's making those mistakes. And it looks like Stephon Diggs, at least his brother wants him to get out of town. Trayvon Diggs was saying that Josh Allen was not good before Stephon Diggs showed up. So, like I saw in a tweet, Thanksgiving at the Diggs house is going to be mighty interesting after, Trayvon's going to be on the sideline, my bad. I know he's out with a torn ACL after practice, but I don't know what to say about Buffalo. I think their season's over. Denver has some life in them. Oddly enough, with Sean Payton, they're going on a little winning streak here. Russell Wilson's been looking decent. Javonte looks healed, which is fantastic. And Courtland Sutton is a number 1 wide receiver who had an incredible catch last night. But yeah, it's crazy stuff in the NFL. And we still got a couple more weeks left to go and playoffs, of course. But that does it for this edition of Let's Talk Sports. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.
It's time for Winterfest at the Bloomsburg Fair. Enjoy holiday fun the Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. Shop over 200 craft vendors, including local wineries and distilleries that will be inside 4 fair buildings. Meet me, Santa. I arrive Friday night via the Parade of Lights, ending its parade route at the fairgrounds. See a puppet show or make a craft. Enter the cookie or chili contest. Participate in the Fa La La 5K. There's something for everyone. Ho, ho. Plus free admission and parking. Details on the Bloomsburg Fair Facebook page.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Renai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information. Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
Welcome back to Firefighter Spotlight. This week we talk with Hazleton Fire Chief Donald Leshko about evacuation plans in the event of a fire.
Evacuation plan is very important. It's understanding that everyone has it, whether you're at home, whether you're at school, whether you're at work, that everybody understands the evacuation plan. That in an event of emergency, that everybody knows how to get out properly, the ways to get out of a structure, that make sure, and most importantly, that everybody has a common area to meet once they're out of that structure, so that everybody can be accounted for. That they're, again, our number one goal when we arrive on a fire scene is life safety, and we want to make sure everybody's accounted for. And that if we do, we need to do primary and secondary searches to find and locate people if they're, God forbid, trapped in a structure, so we can rescue them safely.
When making an evacuation plan, it is important to designate a meeting spot that is safe and away from the fire.
Good options, a meeting spot, especially in a home, is right, in the front of the home, near a tree, near a mailbox, a neighbor's, even a neighbor's house, a neighbor's driveway. They're all good spots. But bottom line is you want to make sure that everybody understands that where the meeting spot will be and that where everybody will go once they get out of the home.
Making sure that all exits are clear is another key aspect in executing an evacuation plan.
Bottom line is again, just make sure it's that your exits are clear, your exits are viable, that you're using. You want to make sure that they're open, that they're not cluttered. We see a lot of times we go into buildings or homes, exits are cluttered and they're closed off with stuff. Everybody thinks you can put something in front of a door or near a door. You want to be able to make sure that door opens widely as it's meant to do. And again, you want to just practice, good orderly drills. But, again, like we always say, is number one key is make sure that, working smoke detectors and CO detectors in every, home or business or school.
Chief Leschko stresses the importance of reviewing an evacuation plan and making sure everyone in the building is aware of it.
That's a good thing, even once a month, when you're doing your fire drill, you want to look over your evacuation plan, make sure it's working. And again, if you need to make changes, you make those changes. But make sure that when you make changes, no matter if it's at home, in a school or in a business, that everyone's aware of those changes, and those changes, especially in a school or a building, commercial property, those changes are properly put so that everybody's well aware of them.
That's all for this segment of Firefighter Spotlight. See you next time.
If you're just tuning in, here's a recap of our top stories. A man wanted in connection to a homicide investigation in West Hazleton has been apprehended in Hartford, Connecticut. According to police, Giovanni Morales Jr. was wanted in connection with the death of Jonathan Hernandez in West Hazleton on June 26, 2020. Morales was apprehended in Hartford on Monday after state police say he committed a bank robbery. Morales has been charged with criminal homicide, robbery, and theft by unlawful taking. Wilkes-Barre police are investigating the death of a juvenile on Monday. According to police, officers were dispatched to the area of Midland Court for an incident involving several juveniles, including an injured juvenile victim. Police say the injured juvenile was immediately treated with life-saving measures that proved unsuccessful. The incident is being investigated by the Wilkes-Barre Detective Division, the Luzerne County District Attorney's Office, and the Pennsylvania State Police FSU unit. Police say that witnesses and a juvenile suspect were taken to police headquarters for further investigation. A juvenile suspect was also arrested and detained pending court action. An inmate who escaped from prison is now facing additional charges. Danilo Cavalcante was serving a life sentence for murdering his ex-girlfriend when he escaped from Chester County Prison in late August. According to Attorney General Michelle Henry, Cavalcante is now facing additional charges relating to his actions during the 2 weeks he was on the run. Investigators say in that time, Cavalcante stole items to aid his time on the run, including a getaway vehicle, a rifle with ammunition, and items to help modify his appearance. Cavalcante has been charged with 20 additional offenses, including felony counts of theft, burglary, criminal trespassing, and possession of a firearm. Cavalcante will be arraigned on the new charges on Friday. And that does it for the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest news and updates on our YouTube, Facebook, or at our website at wylntv.com. Stay with us for a look at the weather.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.